Hello, and welcome to episode 97 of Super Prose Bros. I'm player 2, Eli, and with me, as always, is
Player 1, Ike, and Count Brachula. Did you know that this pod is on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify?
I did not, Brodzilla. Are those the same places the good people could
Like,
comment
share.
and subscribe?
It sure is.
How about that? Also, why were you from Texas for like the first sentence there?
Just, I don't know. I haven't gotten all the barbecue out of my system, I guess.
Gross.
Gross. Just went all Cheeto cunt on me for 2 seconds there.
That was just gotta happen. What's been up with you in the last? It's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah, this last Tuesday was a pretty cool day. Wish somebody remembered it.
Can't imagine who you're talking about. I can't imagine what dyslexic fuck you're thinking of.
This
who happened to conflate two different dates.
Non-present sending, loving little piece of shit forgot my birthday. And it was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
For my last 30 years on this earth, I forgot.
All right, hang on. Before you completely fucking hired me. I think for the last 5 years you have asked what day is my birthday. So there's that.
Did you get your present on time? Did you get your loving call on time?
Motherfucker, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
Give me this.
Sure, I guess I'll give you this, because you didn't give me shit. Continue.
My plan is also to buy you Borderlands 5.
Mostly forgiven.
Thank you. Anyway.
You can also, it's on Steam. You can buy somebody a gift on Steam.
Yes. Shut up. Anyway.
You're right. Fuck you. Moving on.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up. The problem is that I always fuck up yours and Dad's birthday. Because for some reason my brain swaps the fucking dates on it. And it's like, I always think you are November 6th and he is November 24th. He's November 26th, you're November 4th. My brain always flips it. I don't know why. So I caught myself on the 6th and I'm like, we did it again!
I don't know if you can punch in on this, Richard, but there's this crazy app that everybody has on their phone.
That thing that I turned off the notifications of because I hate it and it's cancerous?
The calendar app?
I don't use a calendar. I thought you were talking about Facebook.
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No, you can literally put in your calendar as a yearly repeat. If you put B-Day, it also changes. Google has it like an auto set that it changes the way it sends the information to you, which is kind of wild.
Yeah. I just don't use a calendar because I am stubborn.
Unga bunga.
Yeah, unga bunga. Me trying to hold everything in brain.
Anyway, so other than that thing.
Other than that whole thing.
All right, I'm off it. You did message me a couple days later. Message me. Could have called and left a sappy message, but no. Had to message me because bro tech. I love you. I'll allow it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It was honestly kind of a half gift, giving me like free gas to pour on this fire. So that was lovely.
I figured you'd get mileage out of it.
Yeah, I'd exercise. I'd get my birthday's worth.
You'll get your due. You'll get the blood from the stone. Yeah.
I don't think this is blood from a stone. Anyway, so yeah, this last Tuesday was my birthday. Don't worry, everybody at work so slight preface. Monday, we had this thing where a lady came in from a teachers only credit union, which I signed up for, which is fucking actually pretty sick. And it's pretty awesome too, because if you sign up once, you're in it for life. and they've got like they have a really good savings account. I think it's like the only one that is like the savings account we got told about when we were kids. It has a savings account of 6.5% APR.
Jesus.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. Those used to actually just exist. You used to be able to get ones for like 8% if you went to like a good bank back in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But those don't exist anymore. This one does, and they have like other good shit, and it's like pretty fucking neat. And it's only for teachers or people that are related to teachers that like can sign up for this. So that's pretty cool. But at the end of it, they're giving out gift cards. And the first four was basically a, hey, were you paying attention? These fun facts, numbers, blah blah blah. If you get it right, here's a $15 gift card to Starbucks, to In-N-Out. And people are like raising their hands. One guy raised his hand before the question was done and was right. Props. She goes, all right, so I've got one more gift card. This is on Monday. I've got one more gift card. And it's not, you don't have to answer a question. It's just who has the soonest birthday. And the guy that had already got one went to raise his hand. And I promise you, I was audibly like, send it. I just did not think about it. I just raised my hand and went, send it. And he looked over at me. I was like, tomorrow, bitch. I said this in front of my boss, in front of other like special ed teachers.
Please tell me his birthday was that day.
No, because if it was, I was gonna fucking leave. I was gonna be like, you got two, and also I've never had one be this close before. Where like shit like this
would have been amazing. Some emotional damage.
Oh yeah, I would have had to like take the day off. I'm just like, all right, I'm done. So on Monday, I say that, I get the thing. Also, my boss goes, like, I just stand up to go get it, kind of like, a little flex here. And she goes, run and go get it. When I'm given when I'm thrown a gauntlet of, hey, do the thing, be excited, I go, okay, you're going to regret saying that. And I go to 1,000. So I went from standing slowly. She walks over. We have a dog at our school because reasons. And she steps over the dog and is looking down. At that time, my boss goes, come on, be excited. Run to her. I was like, bitch, you said it. And I was like, yeah! And just like, and just went running like a fucking zombie from 28 Days Later, just like, just fucking, and she goes, steps over her dog to look up, and I am in front of her. And I'm like, what? And she's like, oh God! Like, nearly tripped over the dog backpedaling. I was like, sorry, she said to run at you. I got the gift card set down. And it was for Starbucks, so I promptly sold it to my boss who like fucking simps hard for Starbucks. That was Monday. I made a moment, hey, my birthday's tomorrow. Nobody at my workplace said shit the next day. Everyone's like, I guess today's Tuesday. And it's like, went on about their week. Oh, all right. Well, I feel loved here. Woo! Whatever. I am the grand age of 38, snub-nose, and...
Old! So old!
What? Speed up! So, yeah, that happened.
Mazel tov.
So apparently I forgot to mention this in weeks prior. Banger of a story. Had been going on a date with a girl. Got breakfast. I paid fine. Gonna go to the movies. I paid for the movies, thinking that maybe she would pick up
concessions.
Pick up the snack afterwards. I talked about getting a milkshake because there's a cool milkshake place just down the street from there.
Sure.
And we go there. She is exactly on time, which was kind of sick, honestly. This place only allows you to walk in. It's the Alamo Drafthouse. Pretty dope theater company. I like them. I like their vibe. They only allow you to be so late to the movies because this place is very much about, like, for cinephiles and people that are about the movie experience. Respect it. She literally comes in at the last minute that we can allowed to walk in. Like, I was going to have to, like, cancel, get refunds, and we're just going to go out and get dinner. She literally shows up exactly on time. This is last week's episode where I saw One Battle After Another. Fucking awesome movie. See the movie, have a great time. Afterwards, we go to get the milkshake. She's parked in the parking garage. And the parking garage, to her credit, does fuck you over if you don't leave within the, like, the window you get for getting your parking validated. They'll like charge you like $40.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, LA downtown, they fuck you hard.
Still,
One of the benefits.
Parking prices are nuts.
Also, that
same shit goes to Seattle, but still,
yeah,
every time I hear it, I'm just like, ugh.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
And then you find the ones that are off the beaten path or in ritzy neighborhoods that are $1, and you're like, what is this world we're living in? It doesn't make a lick of sense.
It makes
anyway,
zero sense. Yep.
Yeah. Like Santa Monica, the street parking is $1 an hour still. And it's one of the richest areas in the world. It's very perplexing. I think it's just because they don't care and they just haven't updated their system at all, even though it's digital, so it take like a second. And everybody's just tapping with their credit card. Yeah, so that's like whatever. But I digress. So we're gonna go there. She's like, I'll just take us. And she has made a point to talk about how she doesn't go to one of her favorite sandwich places anymore because they changed the price from a sandwich of $10 to $20. And she goes, I can't. I was like, respect that. That's absurd.
Sure.
You know, I respect
also the fucking sandwich.
It's an expensive sandwich. It's LA, so it makes sense. But I respect more importantly, I respect the hey, I'm not gonna go to get a sandwich when they up it. I've got rules that I play by, and you break them, I'm out. Respect.
Sure.
She's like, I know this dive bar. I love it. I'm a regular there. You want to go there instead because I know we can park there for free. I was like, I love this vibe of like saving money. This is gonna be a fun time. Go show me to your local haunt. One, we get to her car and I can't pronounce the name of it, and I have never seen the company name before. That's weird.
And
it is a nice looking car, and it's like I can tell it's Italian. I know that much of the language. I'm like, huh. We get in, we're driving out there. Little like fucking alarm, like breadcrumb number 2. She goes, yeah, this is my nice car. I'm like,
that implies you have more than one.
Exactly. I'm like, huh. All right. It is a nice car. We drive over there. While we're driving over, making conversation, and I get the biggest of breadcrumbs. Blah, 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 blah. HOA, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what?
Homeowners Association.
Yep. And if you're saying that in conversation, hell yeah, she does. I was like, okay. Then we go to the dive bar. It's not a dive bar. It's a themed bar in Beverly Hills.
Oh, that's very different.
Yeah. And then when we go to check out, we have a lovely time. It's great. The vibes, the people there are cool. We have a great conversation. When we go to check out, like up at the front, she makes a note of the person behind the bar, who she's friend with, gave her a big discount. Okay. Cool. We got 2 drinks. Each got like a bite, an app, and a dessert. So 6 items with a big discount.
$150.
After the big discount, it's $90, including tip. So $15 a thing after a noticeable discount. So I think it was probably like $1.50
okay,
plus.
So I got the probably pre-discount price.
You probably have the pre-discount price.
Okay.
Again, but $20 a sandwich, that's too much. By the way, these things were not sandwich size. They were like bites.
Sure.
Big bites, but bites. I'm like, okay. I wait there. I kind of want to see what she's going to do. She tries to wait me out and then goes, you want to split it? I was like, sure. Drive back. I'm like, it's been fun. You know, she drops me off. The next time I call her, we're talking. I'm like, hey, like money, I don't like to make money a thing, but you seem to be like to be treated. I am pretty fucking poor. Do you want to like, is this a thing that's sustainable? Can you start picking up more stuff? Can I cook for you? Can we find a middling?
Sure.
And she goes, yeah, I noticed that was a thing too. No shade. I just want a guy that takes me out, wines and dines me. I'm like, total respect that. You want what you want. You're not like making fun of me. I just can't provide that. Assalamu alaikum. You find what you need. I am curious though. How much do you make though? And she goes, no, I don't want to talk about that. In future conversations, it's going to be awkward. I'm like, whoa, stop you right there. We're not going to be friends. You're a good person. You're awesome. I love talking to you. But I've got enough friends that I have a hard time keeping up with as it is. I'm looking for a partner. I am not going to be texting you moving forward. This is it. Unless I get hit by fucking Jeff Bezos in a crosswalk and I suddenly come up we ain't talking again. I'm not going to come to you unless I come correct. So, like, we're done here. I'm just kind of curious. She goes, okay, I'm not going to say it, but you can look up my job title and you'll get the impression. I was like, that's fair. What's your job title?
What's the job?
Senior Apple programmer.
Hang on, let me guess.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so programming for Apple. I wish I could know what project it's on, but rough. I would guess 400,000 a year.
That's the bottom of the range. It's the minimum she is making. I was like, oh, you're 10xing me? Nice. I'm glad I paid for 5/6 of everything we got.
Yeah, I realize you may say no shade. You know what you like. I'll fucking say shade. Fuck you. Pay. You have money. You can afford it. Eat a dick.
Yeah, but like, okay, so
Actually, hang on. I want to add more why I have this opinion.
okay,
And it's because I hate that fucking double standard. I loathe that double standard, and I want it to die fiery death. I do not respect anybody who wants to uphold it.
To her, I don't think it's a double standard, and that's why I respect it. She
it's,
said on
it's
her
not
account,
a double standard anyway. It's a societal double standard, and I want it to die a fiery death.
That's fair, and that's what you bring to the table, and I think that's totally understandable. I think what both of you are saying is understandable. You're just looking for people that match that, and what she wants is somebody that is going to. I agree. I think given the amount of money she makes, it is a little absurd, and she's looking for either a very small window or for somebody to kind of awkwardly pay. However, this is my point. I think one, she made it somewhat clear on her account. She has like princess tendencies. She likes to be taken care of, and that's fine for you to roll your eyes. And
I hate it so much.
Hey man, that is your prerogative. I don't think she is wrong for doing this. I think it's hilarious in retrospect. I don't think she's wrong for doing this. I think she's just looking for a very narrow window. And it's a little silly in likelihood, but also love is I think, a likely endeavor.
Sure. I hate the sense of elitism and entitlement that comes with it. I
think being forefront about it doesn't feel like entitlement. It's not saying I should, it's saying that's what she wants. And so if I said that's a deal breaker for me, I can't do that, she'd been like, hey, that's cool, let's not date.
Sure.
She wouldn't say that I'm not a good person. She's not saying everybody has to do this. For her, this is what she wants.
And I still think that is a strange sense of like entitlement or elitism. I think, especially when you are in that incredibly privileged position.
I don't think it's elitism.
I think it absolutely is. You're culling a population based on fiscal gain, not on like any other kind of merit. And I think we could confidently say,
hold on, so much of dating is culling.
Sure, but but if you're culling people solely based on the amount of money they have sitting in their bank account, not on whether or not they're financially stable, because there's a huge difference between you are financially stable, you're paying your bills, you're paying your rent, you're not in crippling debt, you're not mooching off people. Fine. But there's a huge difference between that and I can shell out $300 a date night on regular. There's a huge gulf. Like, it's one of the reasons that we fucking hate Friends. It's stupid because you can't keep going to the bar every night when you're poor. That just doesn't work. So you're culling people not based on any kind of emotional, intellectual merit. You are culling them based on fiscal viability. And fiscal viability does not make a good person, as we've seen with so many rich assholes in reality.
I don't think that... I agree, but I don't think... So there's a couple different ways that I think looking at this that, and I don't know, one, everybody's different, so like I think it's not, I don't know. I am not a fan of judging someone based on their preferences when they're upfront about it and it's not hurting anyone. All she is doing by doing this is hurting her chances. Because she is upfront about if asked, and I mean, like, it's kind of more on me that I didn't like look into this further. I think it was a little bit of a weird, like, I think I might have taken the signs, because looking in retrospect, it's like, Yeah, I could have taken the signs a little bit clearer and asked better questions, and I think she would have answered them.
Sure.
But I think looking at someone for their preferences that do not hurt, because it doesn't hurt anybody. All she's doing is hurting herself and her own chances.
She is incidentally hurting anybody who thinks they have a good time and is pushed aside because they don't have the money. I could see that be demoralizing to plenty of people. Because I think it's like that would be like someone's not willing to date you because you're not quite tall enough. I think that's horse shit.
I agree that that sucks, but I don't like. What about the flip reverse of that? What if like, is it bad for somebody, a little person, to be like, I don't date tall people?
Kind of like I think when you are culling people based on unaddressable factors, I take some problem with it.
We're gonna do. This is not a dating podcast. Agree to disagree. We can talk about this later.
Sure.
I think that is just part of dating. Is like, because I mean, to a degree, likes and dislikes are something that you cannot change. They are just innate factors in your person. Of I like these tastes. I like this food. I like these hobbies, and we distance people on those factors all the time.
Sure. What I am going to say is that there's this, and it's one of the things you hear all the fucking time. And it's the 666 rule of men: 6 feet tall, 6 figures, 6 inches. It's fucking nonsense, and it's like those kind of narratives and those.
She only wants 6 inches. Sick.
It's like that shit is fucking nonsense to me, and I hate it, and I hate that kind of thing is pushed, and it's like. Yes, you don't think about it consciously. It's like, but that kind of shit is pushed all the time, and I think it's garbage how much credence people give it and are unwilling just based on, again, fairly unmodifiable pretenses.
I think agree that they're unmodifiable.
It's a shitty thing to look at as opposed to looking at like context of someone's character.
I am not a big fan of it either, but I don't know. I don't get angry at that. I just think the people that believe in that bullshit, especially like. I think to varying degrees, there are some that make sense, and there are some that like. I think it depends why they think that. I think most people that believe, especially the 666 thing, are fucking stupid because it is like meme, like public nonsense, and they're just like going aha. Like the people that follow it blindly, I think, are morons. Yeah. But somebody that has a reason for why they want these things, of I just feel attracted to taller men, I feel safer with taller men, I want the financial stability moving forward, and I like to get dick down this hard. Look. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm barely 6 foot tall. I ain't making that money. And I mean, we can pull out a ruler if you want. But when it. I think people are allowed to want what they want and try to get what they want to have. And I think the only thing it does, unless it is pushing people out for some other reason other than preference.
It pushed you out?
It did. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I think somewhere between either like what you like, because, I mean, we're both part of the LGBTQ spectrum, or have interacted with that.
Sure.
So much of that is not yucking other people's yum, and I feel like this, to a different degree, is somebody's yum, and I don't want to be a part of being like, oh, this person's like, I don't know. Either it's fine or it's sad for them because they're missing out. And if they're missing out, or they're, what they like and what they're pushing for is weird, or we think is a piece of shit, we don't have to be involved in it, and they can go their own way and we can go ours. They're not hurting anybody but themselves in almost all these scenarios. If the people that they're hurting are the people that they're trying to date, I think they're doing them a service by like getting them out of their wheelhouse, if that's going to be hurting them, right? Because then they're no longer in their orbit, they're no longer taking damage.
I think we're going to fundamentally just keep disagreeing.
That's completely fair. So, lover, hater. You heard it here first. Moving on! So, it's my birthday. So, went on another date, and then afterwards came back to my car, This is also awesome. I'm in the same county. I was up in. I guess maybe this isn't the same county. Actually, same metro region. I was up in Burbank. Went, got dinner, walked to this girl's house, and then walked back to the parking garage. The parking garage cost this many dollars.
We like this.
I know, but it's not that far. It's, bless you. It is in a major metro area next to a mall.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was like $40 if you're there, you know, without a fucking stamp. It's just so funny to me.
It is bizarre.
It is so funny. Anyway, I come back and kind of on the HOA note, this is so great. On my windshield, I love you, Burbank and Glendale. You're so positively assuming. They had this. I'll try to take a picture, Richard, and put it up so you can put it up. They had this fucking little, you know, initially I thought it was a ticket. Like I was like, oh, this isn't free parking? Fuck me. I pull it off. No, it's a like, hey, are you thinking of selling your house? Sell it to us for cash. I was like, Burbank. Look at you thinking well of me, huh? Look at you owning a house. Oh, you're cute. Stop it.
That's what a nice fantasy you fucking live in.
Yeah. I very much appreciated that because then I'm not kidding, in less than the next 24 hours, the back webbing of my seat decided it loved my backpack so much, it got stuck 3 times in under 24 hours. To the point where I had to spend 15, 20 minutes unraveling it. The next time I said, fuck you, and I cut it. I cut part of the webbing out. And the third time, I pulled it up quick, and I ripped the zipper off my fucking backpack. So, next time I see my car, I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and fuck up the webbing on the back of that seat because it doesn't hold shit, and you need to die. I hate you now, and I can't have this anger in me. Loving, your car owner.
We are approaching you with a box cutter.
Dude, I'm coming at you, Freddy and Jason style. Which, speaking of, you know what really grinds my gears? I'm never going to do this again. I have a new personal rule for Halloween. I am never wearing a costume that is not immediately
recognizable.
Knowable. Yeah, I'm fucking done. And you are, or, oh, you're that, and they get it wrong. Nope, I'm fucking done. It's the worst. I'm going to be boring. I'm going to be sad. I don't care. If I have to be involved, one, I fucking hate Halloween. Not like for me, not the Halloween. I love the spirit of it.
Sure.
The execution and shit like that is just, you know, whatever. But like, I fucking hate dressing up because of this. Like, getting misnamed and then having to deal with that. Fate worse than death. Never again. So in my fucking closet, I now have, and honestly, for anybody else that feels this way, I've got a costume for you. It's like $20 and it's great because you can use all the pieces in other situations.
Sure.
If you wear glasses also, you're already 33% of the way there. You have glasses, you have a white button-up shirt, and then you have a Superman t-shirt that you wear underneath. And you're fucking Clark Kent. Done.
Easy.
Done. Yeah, I'm done. That's what I am. I tried to be, you'll appreciate this as a Scrubs fan, I tried to be Dr. Acula. The amount of like, what? I was like, fucking off it. People didn't get the doctor part, and I was like, I'm wearing a stethoscope and a lab coat, which I've returned because I'm fucking done with it. Like, I went hard on this, and they're just like, huh? I'm like, fuck you guys forever. You don't get nice things ever again. You're gonna get Clark Kent for the rest of my days. Fuck you. So to close out my ranting and raving and pass it on to somebody else that's more sensible, we got a lovely one at school the other day. Our education system at work. Talking to this lovely student, and we're doing a history worksheet. They're like, all right, so I have to figure out how, it's just like, use the timeline. It's like, I have to figure out how long Thomas Jefferson was president. I was like, all right, well, let's look at the timeline. Yep. She's looking at it. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so Thomas Jefferson elected in 1800. The next person that was elected was in 1808. So we know that since on this timeline it doesn't say any other year, we know that he was there for those years. So how many years is that? 13? Okay, so when we're trying to figure out a problem like this, we're just going to take 1808 minus 1800. What does that leave us with? Like 3? Okay, so in 2008, President Obama was elected. And he was president until we got this douchebag in 2016. So how long was President Obama elected for? President Obama, yeah. He was the black one, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So Martin Luther King was another black one, right? I was like, oh, how fast are we trending to all the black people I know? Have we hit bedrock yet? I hope we've hit bedrock. Fuck me. Oh. Yay, education.
Good Lord. Wow, that is disheartening.
Yeah, that was all in the space of 5 minutes. And I'm just like, I went from, I was having a good day, Halloween was over, I took off my costume, we're back into it, and then that, I'm like, oh, like tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm like running into this shit in all of 5 minutes. I'm like,
Yikes.
It was a lot. Anyway,
that's
how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Better than you, asshole.
Yeah. So I did nothing for Halloween, actually.
Wise choice.
Yeah.
Bless you.
There might be one more. Anyway, because for Halloween, I was playing Path of Exile like a degenerate. So Hybris came down and hung out with me like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, left Saturday night at like fucking 11. Because he's a lunatic and drives at odd hours. Makes good time though, because there's no other fucking road because it's 11 p.m. And yeah, ate way too much Chinese food. Like we ordered so much food and then made the mistake, and I don't know why I did it, because we were originally going to go out like Saturday night and go get like sushi at the places near my apartment. And he's like, what if we ordered Taco Bell? And I was like, why not? Like, and I don't know what possessed me to say this. Like, quesadillas are still great. I don't know why. I don't know what cocaine they put in them, but it's delicious. I hate it.
Because they don't put too much cheese in it. That's my opinion, honestly. Many quesadillas.
There is like a sauce. There's like a sauce.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't know what that sauce is, but that shit has cocaine in it.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so brief aside, the reason Starbucks coffee tastes so good and most people are addicted to it, the black coffee. If you go in and go, I would like a black coffee. You know how many pumps of sugar are in that?
A lot.
Good Nothing.
Good Lord.
Yeah, there's a reason it's addictive. Sugar's addictive. They just put they find the right amount to put it in there. The reason Coke tastes so good is there's so much sugar that they had to put a secondary fucking chemical in there to stop you from vomiting. If you had the amount of sugar raw that is in a can of Coke, you would actually vomit. Like, this shit's engineered. They're coming at us from the fucking lab, son.
I'm aware. I just don't know what's in that sauce.
You might be right. It might be cocaine.
It might just be cocaine. Like, they could just be fucking sneaking it in. Anyway, so that aside, otherwise I have been watching, and the other thing we ended up doing a bit of was like watching the Worlds tournament for League of Legends, because that's been going on the last handful of weeks. Finals is actually, I'm going to watch the finals after we wrap today. Like, Sarah's going to come over, we're going to watch on my couch.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'll watch it with you, but never mind.
Nay.
Fuck me then, I guess.
Fuck you.
Those before bros, I guess.
Yes. Anyway.
I'm telling Sarah you called her a hoe.
I've called her worse.
First date check. Are you a hoe? How does that make you feel?
Can she run really, really fast in high heels? But yeah, so there was admittedly a fucking banger of a series that actually there were two bangers of a series that Hyperson ended up kind of watching, and one was T1 versus AL, which was T1 is fucking T1, it is faker. Everybody loves T1 whether they want to or not, and AL was one of like the last teams that was still in out of China. God damn, it was close. It went the distance, full 5 games. Absolute fucking banger. And it looked like T1 was going to lose, but plot armor is a hell of a drug. They won game 5. They came back from like a 6,000 gold deficit, which is wild. Anyway,
that number
the other
big.
the other one we watched that I was very invested in was the first of the semifinals, which was KT versus Genji. Genji is the favorite to win, period. Full stop. Like, they're the number 1 seed out of Korea. They won MSI. They are just predicted to win. They're fucking great. KT is the team that everyone's like, they shouldn't be here. Like, they shouldn't have made the tournament, let alone be in fucking semis. That just shouldn't be happening. So everyone expects Genji to just fucking 3-0 wipe the floor with them. Absolutely not what happened. It was one of the most fucking back and forth series I've ever watched, and it was just an absolute perpetual fistfight. I was about it. Because Hybris and I watching just went, oh, this game is over. And then 2 minutes later, it would fucking flop on its head. And it's like, I don't know anymore. And so we ended up watching all 4 games. And being the proud Genji hater that I am, I was so happy when KT won. Even though I thought their draft in game 4 was a fucking thing of nightmares. It was so bad. I hated their draft. I hated it so much, and they made it work somehow. This is too inside baseball probably, but like, they blind picked Cassiopeia. You use her as a counter pick. They blind picked Callista, and like, Callista has an atrocious win rate all year. Like, at MSI, she lost every game. She went 0-11. The champion is dog shit, in my opinion.
Sorry, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
The hell was that noise?
Ooh.
Oh, it was just you. Okay. They last pick Ornn. Ornn is like the easiest blind pick ever. Anyway. My thought wasn't finished, motherfucker. God, they pick it into York. It's just awful. Anyway, so it's just like, it's an atrocious draft, and they fucking win anyways. So it's just like, yes! Shouldn't be happening. So the finals is T1 versus KT, which is, they're both kind of owned by the same parent company, and it's been jokingly called the Telecom Wars, which in the past has always been just an absolute fucking slobber knocker of a series, except recently has been kind of shit. So I'm excited to watch it, because it could be a banger.
Is this something that Sarah also is a fan of?
A little bit. She used to play League quite a while ago, so she was like some context for the game, but like not recently.
Sure. But this is something that's not outside. Like,
no,
I enjoy watching League, but that's because I'm a degenerate and the shoutcasters are dope. Yes. And also the games I usually watch are the finals, and it's like very fun because the energy is great.
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't sure. That's sweet. That's awesome. I love that you have somebody to watch this with who's going to enjoy it to a level of that you will.
Yeah, she will probably ask a bunch of questions because like champions she just doesn't recognize and things like that.
But I mean, still understands the game.
Yeah,
is gonna see and understand like the play and some of the decisions and be like, whoa, and like you're not gonna have to explain.
Not everything, no.
Yeah, this is somebody that watched some amount of Doctor Who, but not the newest season, as opposed to me, who's like, what is anything?
What is TARDIS?
Yeah. Who is TARDIS?
Oh, my sweet summer child. And yeah, outside of that, I've been eating a book series that I'll talk about later. I've been playing a bunch of Path of Exile.
Just eating a book. Hold on, I can reach a book. Nom nom nom.
Been playing far too much Path of Exile and trying to make my own character work. It's we're struggle bussing a bit. I have weird ideas and I'm trying to make it work, and we're struggle bussing a little bit early. We're getting there though. They made a goofy mechanic, and they made it so you could pump it to fucking 11, and I'm like, we can use this. There's a stupid thing called Unleash. If you don't cast a spell, it stacks up, and when you finally do cast it, it dumps and makes a copy for every stack of this buff you have. You can have up to 9 stacks now.
So you run around, do nothing, do everything.
Yeah, so for like every 2.5 seconds, I can just go hit one button and cast a spell 10 times in rapid succession. Just go. And
that's a very short amount of time to wait, honestly, too.
Yeah, I mean, but like you have to kind of invest in it and get out of your way to get some stuff and enable it. Anyway, but they just made some stuff to enable it. I'm like, we're gonna fuck with this. So I just shoot a lightning bolt 10 times. I just turn into Zeus for a quick second. So
just a pent up Zeus. Oh!
Pretty much. So yeah, but we're struggle busting a little bit. I gotta figure out some shit and get
Zeus
like some
when
levels.
He sees the sexy cloud.
Oh, that mortal's got a nice rack on her.
What do you see in those clouds, Freddy? I see a bus. What do you see in those clouds, Zeus? A woman! Anyway, moving on to today's topic, as we are, waxing rhapsodic about Halloween, or lack thereof. We have a death battle, but just for movie monsters this week. So our criteria is we've come up with 3 battles the people are going to be responding to on the spot. They're going to try and pick who we correctly determine is the winner. However, I think we should throw in a wrinkle here that if the other person's logic is better than our own, they should get like double points.
Sure.
Because we're both sticks in the mud and we're both going to believe we're right on this. So if they truly go, nah, that person nailed it, they were more right to flip reverse it.
Sure.
Because we're not going to lawyer up on this. We're speaking from the heart. But if they're just brighter to make Dad cringe, I'd say we give them double points. Sound good?
Sure.
All right.
So is it? So how are we? If you could get it right, that's 1 point. If you can guess our reasoning, it's 2 points. No.
If you get it right, it's a point. Okay. If you get it wrong,
but you can argue your way into it.
But get it so right for yourself that the other person changes their mind, it's 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, if you see their logic, that doesn't count. Like, it needs to be, all these points make sense.
That's something I didn't think about.
Yeah, he's just right. Just give him the trophy. Okay. Like, that kind of shit. All right, you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Godzilla versus the Kushan Emperor's final form.
Okay. Oh, when he's the tree tentacle. Okay.
Yeah.
You saying Godzilla?
Yes.
There's a couple different versions of Godzilla is the thing. Trying to remember.
I will say, for Godzilla reference, I am not using anything before 2000.
Sure. Like, depending upon the mythos, I believe they drop nuclear bombs on Godzilla and it doesn't work. So, fucking laser beams and chomp chomp, I don't give a fuck. I'm going Godzilla on this one.
I go Godzilla too.
All right.
And big point of the board. Big reason is Godzilla plus or Godzilla -1. He literally shoots a nuke. Like, he just flattens a city when he does his atomic breath.
Just like a pocket opens in his back like he's a fucking transformer.
Yeah, like he does his atomic breath and it just flattens I forget it's like, I don't think it's Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but the city they're in, it just goes boom, and it's just rubble. So it's like, as big as the Kushan Emperor is, like, yeah, he's like city sized, but I'm pretty sure if he eats one of those to the legs, he just kind of falls over.
Also, just like the fucking breath, laser beam, acid shit that Godzilla has going on.
Yeah.
Like, because it is like a corrosive atomic breath that he has.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking he's beating. I think Nuke beats mysticism most days of the week.
turns out just crazy
Technology has
amounts of
come far enough
radiation.
that we are beating Sorcerer Supremes these days.
Yeah. And so it's like, I think he just has more range since he could, again, from miles away hit you with this. And like you said, you could kind of flatten Godzilla and he sort of gets back up. And there's even like, if you want to get weird, the only reason I know this is because Death Battle did a thing of like Godzilla, and so I learned way too much about Godzilla recently.
I did
like,
my homework.
There's crazy offbeat fucking lore about Godzilla that people get into. It's just like,
Godzilla is like shockingly deep lore wise. I mean, it's been around forever. Like
even like modern anime stuff is like weird with Godzilla. And so it gets fucking wild, and his scaling is bananas.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go to a lesser version for my first pick since
Sure.
you went there. I'm going kaiju versus zombies.
Kaiju is such a nebulous word.
That's kind of why I chose it. Because like there's certain ones that are overpowered and there are others that are like kind of mild. So like pick your averagest kaiju. You're kind of run of the mill, not like low level, but not god boss.
Sure. Okay. How many zombies are we talking?
I don't think we're talking the world has been taken over by zombies and they just rock up and go, whoa, this is not what we thought we were getting into, but it's also not day one. I think if it takes 30 days for a zombie apocalypse to be like it's zombies everywhere except for the people that are like, you know, held up in like weird zones or something like that.
Sure.
I think you're going like about 2 weeks in, or like the Friday of week 2 kind of shit. So you're like a third to halfway in. I'll say like you're a third in.
Are you? Do they have to kill all of them? Is it single kaiju or multiple?
Single kaiju versus day 11 zombies.
Okay, so who's my middle ground kaiju?
It doesn't have to be like middling, but it's not like there are some kaiju that are just horseshit.
Sure.
And
Godzilla,
like, okay,
perfect example.
Yeah, we're not getting Godzilla, but you're not getting Mothra, where it's just like, well, that bitch is dead. Like you're going hard-ish. Like if you think of the kaiju, think of like a 7.5 rating of like if Godzilla's a 10.
So if I toss like the Cloverfield monster at it,
yeah,
I think Cloverfield clears. I think it's just too big and presumably not infectable.
So that was I am on the same page. My logic was one of two things: is most of them have a breath weapon, most of them can fly and go to space. So I do think that is going to have an effect. Like I don't know how zombies interact underwater and in space. Depending upon lore, I think it can change.
Sure.
Then there's the aspect of, well, hold on. I might be talking myself into zombie. Some of these I kind of had like light answers on. This is the one that I wasn't 100% sure on.
I'm hearing that.
Because one of the things I'm thinking of is like, if they get to the soft spot, it is over. Like if they can tunnel into the eyes of a kaiju.
Yeah. The zombies aren't typically organized. So like their biggest boon is simply going to be mass. Because if you're talking like major metropolitan area, 2 weeks to be infected, it's most of it. So, but like organization doesn't exist for kaiju. Organization doesn't exist for zombies. It's just reactionary measure. So you're never getting them all at once. And so if you have something huge, like we're using Clover, that's my easiest. Like that's what I'm going to go with. We're
Sure.
using the monster from Cloverfield. It's like I don't think they can ever be organized enough to
Well, they
actually.
usually just go at. It's not organized, but they do follow the same signal beacon in like the same
Sure,
area.
sure, but it's like I don't think. I think the problem is it'd be staggered enough that they'd never be able to kind of reach a
Yeah,
critical mass to
I
pin
think
it.
there's only two kinds of zombies, and like they are the top echelon. So unless it's literally the two of the fast zombie ones, because most zombies are slow, and slow
Yeah,
zombies never have a chance.
no shit.
But
Like
DayZ
like
or
rage
28
zombies.
Days Later,
Yeah,
huh? Like
I was gonna say
those
rage
ones,
zombies.
yeah, rage zombies have a shot, but also the kaiju can't have any kind of like acidic blood or anything like that, which would stop it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to kaiju. I like where my money's at.
Yeah, I
Well,
think the only other thing I would say that could maybe do it a disservice is if the kaiju is smaller and not as mobile. Like then it can just get literally dogpiled and crushed. But
yeah.
like if it's armored, the teeth don't matter. You can't bite into it. Like, but if it's yeah, I think if it's too big, it just can't be stopped because they don't have enough mass to stop it.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna stop it. They're gonna eat it. But
But
the
it's like
thing is, like,
if you're trying to bite through 4 inches of leather, you're just never getting through it.
yeah,
I don't care how motivated you are.
yeah. No, I think that's the. I think it's got too many of like small bonus points there. All right, next up, who we got for you?
Uh, you have Guteau from Parasite the Maxim versus the Thing.
Oh,
Guteau is like the amalgamation of uh,
I
parasites.
okay. That's interesting. So I kind of want to give it to. I'm going to talk out my theory here. I kind of want to give
Sure.
it to Gateau because Gateau doesn't care about killing other parasites. So if
Uh-huh.
he suspects this at ever coming into play, he's going to be fine just killing all the other parasites or interacting with them in a way that he believes is going to suss out the other one.
Sure.
Which also, the thing is kind of like a parasite in a
It is.
way. Yeah. So that is curious, like with the way it interacts, but it's not going to interact in the same way. Hmm. But Gateau is also fine doing something, or a little bit more permissible at doing something that would put him in jeopardy, which is kind of absorbing other parasites. So if the thing is able to trick him into it being one of the ones that he expects, and they both don't like fire, I'm gonna give it to the thing. I think Gateau is not as smart as he is powerful, and I think the thing could outsmart him. And also the ways that you would flesh out a thing would work against other parasites, right? Because the parasites lore wise don't like fire, right? That is a problem
Yes.
in the show. Yeah,
Yes.
I think the thing actually gets him in the end.
I think the thing absolutely gets him, but not for the reason you're saying.
Okay. So yeah, I
Gut-
get the square, but what's the reason?
you do get it.
Hmm.
Guteau's primary weakness is his body being infiltrated, or like because all of the parts of him have a brain essentially, and so his whole amalgamation only works if everything works in concert.
Okay.
And so if the thing just got a hold of him or just touched him, it can just kind of infiltrate it. Like that's the thing's whole thing is assimilating new flesh.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a reason why he'd be immune to it. So if it got a hold of part of him, Gateau has to ditch part of it.
Yeah.
Or his whole thing literally just comes apart and then he's a bunch of individual blobs that are not strong individually.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that lore piece, but
That's like why he falls apart at the end is Migi he assimilates Migi
hmm.
and Migi has a reaction when she like feels the presence of Shinichi again. And so
Hmm.
because he loses part of it, he loses the whole thing and it comes apart.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, just as far as fist fight anything, Gato just goes, "I'm made of steel. Fuck you." Like,
Yeah. No, yeah, like he's not gonna lose a fist fight to it, but also that's not the way
yeah, it's not
the
what the
thing
thing is there
works.
for. It's just here to assimilate more flesh.
All right, so you might have to do a little research, or I can tell you about this. This one is kind of a different creature from different versions.
Sure.
So I'm doing Predator versus creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, I know nothing about Creature from the Black Lagoon.
So the most recent effective version would be like it's basically a merfolk.
Okay.
It's kind of like the most recent version that you would know about is the creature from the Shape of Water.
Didn't see Shape of Water.
Ah, fuck. I thought you would have seen that one.
I was gonna say, otherwise I'm just gonna be sitting here looking stuff up to see what he does.
All right. I've got an audible. I'm gonna have to think through it live, but I think I can.
Okay.
But we're gonna do the Predator versus a werewolf. We're not doing like we're doing a lycanthrope that has full control of their powers though, not like oh it's just the moon out and now I'm a wild animal. We're doing
Okay,
like
so you're talking like World of Darkness lycanthrope, not like
yes, World
okay.
of Darkness or what was that fucking weird movie series with Kate Beckinsale?
I feel like that's a bad
Underworld?
pull, but Underworld, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think that loses stocks in Werewolf. They kind of suck.
Yeah, they're not the best. That's fair.
Um, hmm, that gets harder. Okay, because like Werewolf has perception, so camouflage means dick. But oh, that's a lot of technology give up. Ooh. Predator does have dope toys. Like they just have really dope tech. And I don't like do werewolves get to have magic?
Um, as much magic as they have in that game, which isn't like
Okay.
a shit ton, but yeah,
No, but like it kind of matters because like there's
sure.
like effectively phase shifting they can do. I still probably give it to Predator. They just have
Yeah.
too many fucking gadgets. Like there's just too much arsenal that like werewolves' natural resilience just isn't gonna care about. I think like I don't think they have a way to just deal with being lasered. I don't think they have a way to deal with like effectively an adamantine saw. Like
So there's that. Also, okay, I'm gonna go on a bit of a diatribe. Predator fucking sucks and is a lame ass fucking thing that they ever made. He is not like the idea behind the Predator. I sent you a clip of this other week that was from the not great recent version. Is this quip that I kind of said, not verbatim, but said a very similar spirited version of that Predator is just a rich dentist on Safari. It's cheating and being like, look at me, I'm fucking badass. Like in the clip that I sent you, they're like, yeah, it's this thing is closer to a bass fisherman than a predator. It's not hunting, it's like getting a trophy. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, that's what this is. They are
they're
and
trophy
it's one of the
hunters.
reasons I hate them as a thing. Just like I think it's a cool creation, but I just hate it. Like I do
Sure.
not respect it as a thing because it's just cheating. And
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like, look at me. It's like, you suck. You suck so hard. You're such a chode. You're that
You
toxic
love to
dude.
hate him. Not that
Oh,
you
I
think the existence of
love
predator.
to hate him.
You say not the existence of predator is a bad thing, like a bad writing convention. You just love to
No,
hate him.
I loathe Predator and their ethos of like, we're badass. We fight the strongest thing. It's like, no, you sneak up on it, kill it, take its head, and be like, look what I killed. It's like, yeah, you cheated. You're not like I'm trying to think of like the ones that I respect are like Zod. I respect because he's just like, I want you to come at me at your fullest.
Yeah.
Like he goes into the shit and fights people when they're fighting. He doesn't sneak up on people. There's another guy that does that in lore that I'm trying to think of that is famous for like, I want you at your best. And like will never fight people when they're downed. Like, will like literally wait for them, be like, I'll come back. I cannot remember who it is, but like, I don't respect that from a like win percentage standpoint. I don't want to back that fighter, but I do respect that from an ethos standpoint of like, this is what I'm about. Like, hey man, if you're trying to prove yourself, that's the way to go about it, and I respect that thought pattern. Now, like Predator is very likely to come at the werewolf with a silver bullet, invisible from a mile away, and be like, "I got him." Like, it's probably the most unfair fight that we're gonna have on this, partially because it came up with it. So, minus zero point 0.1 points for not knowing who the creature from the Black Lagoon was, because I think that one's very interesting. So,
What does the creature from the Black Lagoon do?
so it's a merfolk. It's also immortal. In so much as it can regenerate. It can't. I don't think it can come back from nothing. But like, it's very difficult to wound it to the point of death. You need to like kill it. It can swim very fast. It has some healing powers, and it's pretty fucking strong. It's like the Aquaman of fucking like Saturday or like Friday night spooky monsters from the 60s.
Huh.
Everybody kind of dicked on it. It was actually low-key busted. Like it could throw people around. It can swim extraordinarily fast and hit you really strong underwater, which is fucking, when you start looking at how hard it is to throw a punch underwater, is crazy.
Anecdotally, yeah.
But yeah,
underwater shadowboxing is a bitch.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to Predator here as well. All right, last one.
All right. So speaking of Zod, Zod versus the homunculus Greed.
Interesting.
We got different forms of invulnerability.
I think it goes to Zod because Zod doesn't get angry. Zod gets excited. Greed gets angry when he starts to lose. He doesn't get excited by the challenge. And so he is, I think, literally his greed and his haughty demeanor is what's going to cost him, because they are very closely matched in invulnerability. Although Zod, I think, is just a lot stronger. So, like, I think Zod's just going to, at some point, bash him enough that his power goes away or take him apart. And, like, Greed doesn't have super strength. He doesn't have, like, a magic ability that I can recall.
I was like, he is very strong, but not like
but Full Metal beats him up with like turning his arm into like lead and shit.
He turns his arm into graphite.
Sure, but I mean, like the force of the punches that he's throwing do have effects.
Like when he is softened, yes. When he's hardened, no. Like when he's hardened, he tanks an explosion and just kind of walks out of it, no cares.
Okay.
Like
I'm still going. I think eventually Zod wears him down, and Zod also just like doesn't ever relent and can just reattach his shit. And Greed has no weapons that he ever seems to bring to shit. He likes just coming like a
he just has like claws.
Yeah, I don't think it's nearly enough against Zod. Zod's just gonna go big and pick. Zod is going to palm him like a basketball and dunk on his shit. Like he is going to fuck that man up. And like, and like eventually, like, because Greed's power has like, there's a point where it runs out, assuming that he's like the other homunculus, where at some point they reach a threshold of being able to use their power.
Yeah,
because literally, Lust gets burned to death.
Yes,
because she's unable to regenerate a 7th, 8th time or whatever. So like, eventually Greed's gonna run out, and Zod takes on armies by himself. Like, I don't know. I'm going Zod.
Yeah, I give it to Zod too. I think eventually Zod just goes, the sword doesn't work. I can't cut through you. I'm going to drop rocks on you and just start trying to crush him. And I think eventually he does just die to being crushed. Like Also, Zod's just probably smarter. Like, Zod's just been alive in enough fights to be smarter.
Zod also is smarter, and he doesn't have pride in an anger way. In that, he is not so proud as to get annoyed. Like, he's not going to get angry at anything.
No.
He's going to get excited. Like, even when he loses from what we see of the fight, to
Skull Knight.
to Skull Knight, he's not getting angry and losing because he's making mistakes. Skull Knight's just a fucking beast and just whoops his ass because he's got a fucking dumbass sword. Like, and a
Yeah.
cool horse. Like, I don't know.
He just picks up his arm. He's like,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Damn, I lost. Yeah.
Just put this back on.
So I give that to Zod. Also, another thing is kind of like in season 1 of The Boys. Yeah, your outside's hard, but what about your inside? Like, what if he just gets a finger down his throat? Can he tear him apart from the inside out? Can he rupture shit from there?
I don't know. I never thought about that.
You know who would think about that? Zod. I don't know.
Eventually, probably.
Definitely Frenchie, but maybe Zod.
Definitely Frenchie. Yeah.
Frenchie thinks about all the things going into all the orifices. You fucking sick, sexy Frenchman.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think the things like I don't think Greed can do enough damage to put Zod down for a long enough time to consider it a win. Like I think he can eventually tear off an arm or tear off his wings.
Maybe his wings. Maybe I don't think Zod feels the need to fly against him unless he picks him up, though.
No, like I think Greed could tear off chunks of him.
Yeah.
Like I think if Zod just tries to crush him, I think he just starts like and just like starts ripping through his wrist. Because again, he has diamond tipped claws. Like he will just rip through muscle and sinew and bone.
Sure.
Like Zod gets cut apart by swords. He will get cut apart by diamond claws.
Yeah.
But I don't think like he's big enough.
Gonna win. Yeah. No.
So
all right. So for the last one, I'm curious on this one. Kind of, it turns out we've got a lot of things in common. Alien versus the Thing, or the Xenomorph versus the Thing.
Huh. Huh.
Regardless of whether you get it right or change my mind, this is a win for me because I have made you think. Whoa.
So the thought. I think it goes to the Thing.
Tell me more.
So it's like the Thing is never overpowering anybody. The Thing is never like just out muscling you. Not really. Not with a Xenomorph. It's not strong enough to do that. But again, the Thing's whole shtick is never like overwhelming force. It's the ability to just like assimilate new flesh. And it isn't limited to just humans. It does yoink a dog. So the requirement and extrapolation for me saying it can beat Alien, is if it can assimilate Alien. Because Alien doesn't have a mechanism to kill it that doesn't involve being too close to be touched. It's like that's all it needs to do. If it can grab and assimilate the alien via touch, the alien tries to bite and it eats part of it. Okay, cool. I just now grabbed your face.
Sure.
The alien's not smart enough to use fire. Like, acid blood might slow it down, but if it just puts a chunk of itself in your brain, it just takes over you and consumes you and remolds your body. So, if it can do that, it wins. If Alien's DNA is too strange and unique, probably not. However,
I think that has to not be in the cards. Otherwise, it's literally just dead upon arrival, right? Like, if it has to be able to assimilate it to have the conversation. So
yeah. However, I would make the argument it absolutely does. In Alien Romulus, there is a compatibility between human and alien DNA. They make a fucking half alien, half human. So presumably, there is an available interaction.
Oh no, for sure. But I'm saying, for argument's sake, like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. That's like cheating if I bring this to you where it's literally impossible, like where it's dead upon arrival.
Sure. Be kind of I'm now making the argument of like, this is why the Thing gets it. Yeah. Because I thought about Alien Romulus. And yeah, there's a half alien, half human.
I absolutely agree with you. One of the other things is aliens, while impressive, are just dumb bugs. All they are doing is they are procreating. That's So it's kind of interesting because I think Predator is, while a relatively well thought out and understandable creature, really dumb and annoying because of its ethos as being repugnant to me. However, I think the Xenomorph is one of the coolest in that it's kind of up there with Galactus in that it's not evil, it's just a problem because you're there.
Yep.
If
It's
like if we were not, if the Xenomorph was just fucking up spiders, would we give a shit? The answer is probably no. We'd be like, sick, thanks. But like, if they were killing all the hornets in the world, people would have them on their flag. Like, this is a thing that is only a problem because it's eating us.
yeah.
And controversially, there's animals out there that, you know, wouldn't care. Salamanders are looking at fucking Xenomorphs going, neat, and moving on with their life.
I'm like,
It's like,
I'm not going to go near it because it's huge and might eat me, but
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
not gonna
Xenomorph's
do
not going to
it.
see the point in eating a salamander or a fucking
Probably.
rabbit for that matter. It's like, that's not enough. The whole point for them and the reason they're a problem for us is because we are chattel to them. We are their food.
Yarp. We are food and convenient incubating pods.
Boop. Yeah, we're the perfect. We're the perfect snack.
Yeah, so just don't like. Yeah, xenomorphs are just big bugs. Like they're like tyrannids,
Yeah,
effectively. I wonder
exactly.
if tyrannids in Warhammer were based off xenomorphs.
Probably.
It's like I don't know what order things came out. I don't know how long
First the
Warhammer.
Tyramid.
Because I don't know how long Warhammer's been a thing.
Looking. Da, da, da. It would have been Xenomorph. Alien came out in 1979. Tyranids were first in Warhammer in 1987. So almost assuredly.
No.
But I mean, Xenomorph probably came from some other like infectious thing. Like it was probably, everything is inspired some way through nature. So it was probably like some sort of
I'll
bug.
bet I know what it is. There is a weird infection that can happen on like rodents that it's like these black fucking spindly growths that come off of them. It looks horrifying. It doesn't really do anything other than obstruct movement. I forget what the condition is called. But
Well, I mean, there is a bug that does this to other bugs to procreate, where it eats its insides, lays its eggs on its body, which then comes out of it.
tarantula wasps.
Yeah, I mean,
Darwin saw those, and that was his argument for there can't be a just God if this creature exists. Which kind of valid.
Yeah,
it's horrifying.
I mean, anywho, there's our listing. Please tell us if you agree, disagree, if you think we missed out on a better opportunity, or why we were wrong at Blue Sky at Super Prose Bros or at superprosebros@gmail.com. Hit us up. We'd love to interact with you, or leave it in the comments. All right. And with all those doobly doos, it's time for an ad break.
Do you ever look at the spectacle of Titans fighting in a never-ending turf war and think, man, I better know who's going to win this fight?
Who fucking cares? These things are destroying Chicago.
I mean, sure. But we're out of Chicago right now. Don't you want some skin in the game?
Well, like, what if they come here next?
It's a problem we have to deal with then. But for now, how about we play some bets?
My mom lives in Chicago.
And I'm sure she'd want you to have some fun placing a wager on which one of those unearthly monsters is going to be the last one standing. So, turn your attention to Monster Mash, the new Better Bet site where you can make money on the next Monster Mash matchup.
Shouldn't this money be directed towards, like, trying to get rid of them?
That sounds like the remorse of someone who lost their last bet. Oh, come on. How about we place another and we get you back in the black?
Give me 200 on Dragon taking out Bone Titan next.
That's the spirit.
Hey! You're back. Thank you for returning. Because we got these dope recommendations for you. First up, then now, like a month ago, I watched Thunderbolts on one of my plane flights, and dude, that fucking movie slaps. Everybody that watched it and like you saw were like, it's pretty good. They are not wrong. The movie's great. It's tight. It's well written. It's funny. It's glib. Also, it's got heart. I don't think so. Slightest of spoilers. This movie is probably one of the best, definitely the best superhero version of it but one of the better versions of having like therapy adjacent ideals in a movie. I didn't see it coming at all.
Hmm.
Anybody that values therapy likes it being like this is like one of the more subtle ways of doing it, and I think it was fucking phenomenal. Anybody that
Hmm.
really likes therapy or those ideals, go check it out. Anybody that likes a good superhero movie, check it out. It just bangs. There's like no misses in this movie for me.
Hmm.
I think it's in my top 5 of like it's not a superhero movie as much as a movie with superheroes, but in the Marvel canon, I think it makes my top 5, definitely my top 10. It's really good.
Hmm.
And I would highly recommend it. It's a blast, and it will leave you feeling better than when you came in, and also just a fun time.
Nice. Uh, I devoured the initial trilogy of Red Rising. I just fucking consumed it like a madman. Um, it's great. I want to say the author is kind of Pierce Brown. I've read nothing else by him. I love the way he writes. It's very blunt. It's very on the nose. It's a lot of really very simple prose. And it's a terrific story raging against like caste systems and kind of classism. And it's so well done that it's really compelling. It does a good job keeping you kind of guessing like who is actually going to make it through the whole bloody affair because it turns out revolutions aren't clean.
Facts.
It does a really good job with like a very enticing and exciting hook. Um, he does a good job with like both foreshadowing things and like what's there are certain things like what's going to happen and you are not disappointed. And then there's certain times he absolutely fucking rug pulls you, but it never feels cheap. It's just
Nice.
like, oh, they're being smart. It feels like the characters are being smart, not that they're being cheap or being given handouts or being made obscenely lucky. Um,
How much does this? I'm getting a vibe, and maybe this is just my like weeb self being optimistic. How much does it kind of play similarly to? Wow, I lost the name of the anime. What's the anime I watched on your couch that one time? Where like guy comes into town with two friends and they both die like immediately and he becomes part of like a resistance. Everybody's got like weird weapons and shit.
oh, Akame got killed.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
very different.
No,
That's
but in the like have to pay costs, like that kind of
sure.
trajectory. Okay.
Like yes, like
That's
very little feels cheap and unearned.
yeah.
Um, and it feels like at many points people feel very mortal. Like
Sweet.
um, and it does the good thing where like some characters get very good deaths and some characters just fucking boom gone. It's just like
Just die.
what? Yeah, there's a couple that are like they've been around most of the and they're gone and it's gone. Um, has yeah, like really good villains, really great like ragtag heroes, really cool like personality writing coming through, and an interesting idea of like oppression and violence begets violence. How do we break that cycle? And like that is a really interesting paradigm that's kind of struggled with over the whole trilogy. It's it's just really good. I really
Sounds
like
dope.
it. There's more of it. I'm probably gonna buy it. Um,
I'm
or
probably gonna
maybe
ask
wait
that
till
you bring
I say,
the
or
first
wait
book
until
with you.
Christmas because Mom said she might buy it for me for Christmas. So I may have to hold off, which pisses me off a little bit. But
Suffer.
yeah, I'm like I want it now. Anyway, yeah, it's super good. Recommended very very highly.
Sweet. Well, the last thing that I'm gonna recommend before we get to our quip off is my downstairs neighbor, who oddly enough, birthday party was last night. Ate way too much fucking food. Um,
It's
yeah, probably shouldn't have, but whatever. I get to allow myself every now and again a little just
sure sure.
indulgence. The It's very funny. My downstairs neighbor was the only person that was like truly late to my birthday party to the point where we were like showing up to the. Yeah, it was very fucking funny. I was making fun of him for a bit. But he introduced me to this cool band called Wet Leg, and they have a song called CPR that just hits all that like light British, like kind of grunge pop shit. It fucking slaps. It's a banger. Highly recommend listening to it. It just it gets you there. And what is gonna get us out of here today?
Well, we
Wise, my
talked about monsters, and there is almost nothing more classic than zombies. So we're gonna quip some Zombieland.
All right. Gonna put 2 minutes on the old timer and go.
First rule, Zombieland, cardio. Zombie outbreak first to go for obvious reasons. We're the fatties.
You're like a giant cock blocking robot developed in a secret fucking government lab.
You weren't exactly storming the trenches when I got there.
Believe it or not, Twinkies have an expiration date. Someday, very soon, life's little Twinkie gauge is going to go empty. There is a box of Twinkies in there, not just any Twinkies, but the last box of Twinkies in this whole universe.
Maybe you could just eat around the buckshot? No, it's too soon.
You're a preppy little spitfuck, aren't you?
Time to nut up or shut up.
You know what they call Twinkies in Mexico? Los Submarinos.
Are you fucking with me? Nope, you should actually limber up as well, especially if you're going down that hill. It's very important. I don't believe it. Ever see a lion limber up before it takes down a gazelle?
In those moments where you're not quite sure if the undead are really dead, don't get all stingy with your bullets. I mean, one more clean shot to the head and this lady could have avoided becoming a human Happy Meal. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
So you see, you just can't trust anyone. The first girl I let into my life, and she tries to eat me.
I hate coconut. Not the taste, the consistency.
You're thinking about fucking Wichita. Hey, wish granted. She spent the last 24 hours fucking us both.
That guy down there is me. I'm in Garland, Texas. And it may look like a zombie apocalypse destroyed it, but that's actually just Garland.
Lassie goes full Hulk on a zombie. He sets the standard for not to be fucked with.
Have you ever read that book, She's Just Not That Into You?
Oh my god, I'm Sean Pilbury. It's my fault. I was never a good practical joker.
And to close this out kind of perfectly, so until next time, remember, cardio, seatbelts, this really has nothing to do with anything, but a little sunscreen never hurt anyone. So, that's our episode. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this, please feel free to
like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
But don't forget, new episodes of Super Prose Bros come out the first and third Saturday of every month.
Bye!